The 1999 Constitution, as amended, Mr. Speaker, provide for a personal Islamic law in the Constitution. The Constitution did not envisage the dynamism and the development coming off in the country. In 2003, the Constitution did not recognize that the Islamic commercial law, Islamic company law, Islamic international law, Islamic public laws.
Mr. Speaker, the drafters of the Nigerian Constitution are very conscious of the secularity of the Nigerian nation and also very conscious of the sensitive nature of religion. And I remember the 1976 Constitutional Assembly, the 1979 Constitution, was very, very contentious on this matter until the then federal military government came in to stop further debate on this matter and took a decision that the application of Islamic laws will only be constrained to personal matters, which has to do with administration of estate and some other issues. Mr. Speaker, we have to be very, very cautious of whatever we do to alter the Nigerian Constitution in a manner that will further widen the divides that we have as a country. And in any case, Mr. Speaker, like my previous colleague said, the matters which my colleague seek to address by this proposal is already covered by existing laws. The Kama law, covers regulation on issue of finances and allows for its application of Islamic principles of financial transaction. The same thing with the CBN Act, like you rightly said. And the moment we allow the Constitution to be altered to take care of all manner of interests, we will no longer be in the state where the sanctity of the Constitution is respected and the intent of the drafters of the Nigerian Constitution via or as regards to the secular nature of the Nigerian nation might be threatened if we allow this to go on. Mr. Speaker, I sincerely think that this bill should not pass on for the second reading.
Can Nigeria be Islamized? Is it possible for any form of Islamatization of Nigeria? This is something that we need to forget about, because the conversation of Islamizing Nigeria has always been right from the inception. But one of the things that Nigerians fail to understand is that how many times do Islam or Sharia law is being mentioned in the 1999 Constitution as amended? Many fail to understand that when you look at the Muhammadu Buhari's reign of 8 years as a democratic elected president, and you look at his body language with the Islamic community in the world, and then when you look at the fact that during the time of the military, it was alleged that Nigeria was incorporated into the Islamic organization. Now, fast forward to 2022, the Bola Ahmed Tinubu campaign management and the Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself decided to go for a Muslim ticket, and he insulted other religion, especially the Christian faith, by producing fake bishop. And we saw that, which trended in 2022, but in 2023 it never impacted the results from the polling units. Many believe that, based on the statistic available, that the Bola Ahmed Tinubu campaign team did a nice job and they were able to secure the votes of Nigerians, while others hold the position that the Independent National Electoral Commission robbed Nigerians of their birthright by selling the votes to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But in all of this, since we can no longer say that our Independent National Electoral Commission are the one who ought to conduct a credible election, and according to them, the election was credible. Hence, those who are alleging that they sold the votes can go to court. And we saw how the courts performed the drama in 2023. Here we are in 2024, a year later. The National Assembly are proposing to enact a law or bring in the Sharia law into our constitution. This is happening in a time where The northern region of the country that practice the Sharia law is totally in abject poverty. The northern region is having one of the highest number of out-of-school children. The northern region also has been thrown into perpetual darkness within the last 8 days. Some of the northern influencers has been crying on social media. As you can see on your screen, many has been complaining as to why, even when the head of the transmission company of Nigeria is from the northern region, yet the north has been thrown into darkness, and also some part of southeast, even south region of the country. But the question still remains: what is the agenda of the National Assembly? The little clip that you watched from the beginning of the video, if you have been able to stay to this point, I would like you to stay further to watch the whole video of the argument of the National Assembly as to regard of these Sharia law, expansion of Sharia law in the Nigerian Constitution. Talking about the commercial bank, of which the proposer of this particular enactment is talking about the Taj Bank and the Jaiz Bank. Some sections of Nigerians are beginning to see it as a bid being sponsored by some of the people in the private sector who want to, their businesses. But let's wait a bit. When you look at this carefully, the National Assembly have not enacted a law or even make proposal on how to help the people of the northern region. The National House of Rep members have not in any way moved in such a way that the out-of-school children in the northern region should return back to school. The homelessness of Nigerians across Nigeria have not been attained to, but they are looking at how to expand the religion, Islamic law or the Sharia law in the constitution. Is Nigeria a secular state? Oh yes. But like I said earlier, if you look at the constitution of Nigeria, where Sharia law or Islam is being mentioned more than 10 times in the constitution, and you look at it, many Nigerians have been blindfolded with religion and ethnicity. Hence they forget to understand that Nigeria is neither a Christian state, as many believe, or a Muslim state or an Islamic state. Nigeria is a secular state with multi-dimensional ethnic group and religious organizations. So if you look at this carefully, it is just for the political elite to maneuver or manipulate the minds of Nigerians in order to stay in power. Let's take a minute and look at carefully what happened in 2022. The Bola Ahmed Tinubu's campaign team and him himself came up with a strategy, since he is a Muslim from the southwest region of the country, and understanding carefully that the people from the north did not necessarily see the people from the southwest as a core Muslim as many believe. So hence he decided to go for a real Muslim, from the northern region. Having done that, he will be able to secure the bulk votes coming from the Muslim community. And that was what he aimed at. Let's not forget about what happened in 2011 and 2015 precisely, when you see the KKC of Nigeria, when you see the votes coming from Kano, when you see the votes coming from Kaduna, when you see the vote coming from Katsina, when you see the vote from Sokoto, when you see the vote from Bauchi, and some of those heavy northern region in bulk. So those states are assumed to be states that are predominantly Muslims. So having a Muslim ticket, we gain him into Aso Villa, of which he did that, and allegedly with the help of the Independent National Electoral Commission and the courts in Nigeria. That is according to Nigerians' opposition, who believe that whatever that happened in 2023 was just nothing but a kangaroo election, helped by also the judges to install somebody who never won the election. That is not in my words, but in the summary belief of the opposition and many Nigerians. But facts, don't care about your feelings, and that is what it is according to many Nigerians. But then, looking at this carefully further, the people, the political elite, are working carefully to make sure that they remain in power, and they want to make sure that they use the religion and as well as ethnicity to manipulate the minds of Nigeria. And that is the reason why they are bringing forth this particular bill. But now, as it stands, will Nigerians reject this particular bill? The conversation has been there for the past few days now, but I still put the question to you: what do you make of this bill? What do you make of the, all the arguments surrounding this bill? As you can see from the National Assembly, that the majority sponsor and those who are in secondance to this particular bill are from the northern region, and you can see that the people from the southwestern part of the country are rejecting this particular bill. What do you make of this? Some believe that the people from the middle belt or north central should worry about this particular bill, looking at the Fulani herdsmen terrorism in that region, of which they are supposed to be advocating for peace in that region and not to even bring Sharia law. But then, I'm only here to report what is actually happening from the National Assembly and across Nigeria political space. But what do you make of this? Let's be civil and remain peaceful at the comment section as we express our concern to the development of Nigeria. Thank you for watching, and remember, do not defend any politician or a political party because they really don't care about you but their personal interest. So before you go ahead to defend them, put yourself first.